Your e-mountain bike's a perfect tool for conquering any climb, from technical trail to tarmac. It literally can do it all. But even with that power from the battery and the motor combined with you, some climbs are simply not possible. So today, we're showing you how to conquer any climb using a few different techniques to get you and your e-mountain bike to the top of the hill. Right, so first option for conquering those climbs is obviously just to pedal up. Now, a lot is actually possible in eco. If you're using the right gear, you'll be surprised what you can actually conquer with eco mode alone. But for big stuff like this slab, you're probably going to be wanting to engage boost mode, getting a load of grip and getting your weight position right. So you might want to drop your seat as well, things like that. It's all things to consider when it comes to conquering a climb. So let's get into this climb using boost mode. So seat up or seat down or sitting or standing is a question we hear quite a lot when it comes to these big technical climbs. Well, I tend to favour being out of the saddle, almost in a sprint position with weight distributed between the front and the rear tyres if the grip is really good. Like on this rock slab, there is a load of grip here today. But if it was a more slippy technical climb, I'd be seated in the saddle with the seat down low. That way it lowers my centre of gravity. It allows me to move fore and aft on the saddle, therefore increasing the grip to the front or the back wheel. A lot of times you get a lot of wheel spin on those slippy climbs, so it's super important to be sat towards the rear of the saddle, getting that drive to the back wheel. But you just want to be aware of that front wheel trying to lift, so it is purely a balance of shifting your weight forward and backwards on the seat. So it depends on how your climb is to how you're going to tackle it. Now, a nice little tip, if you're finding it too hard going straight up the hill, then just try zigzagging your way across it. That way you're going to lessen the ascent, increase the grip. It's going to take you a little longer to get up there, but it definitely becomes an invaluable tip to get up those nasty long climbs that you might not be able to tackle going up in a straight line. Just be aware of pedal strikes because you're riding in an off-camber situation for a lot of it. But a real great way getting to the top of most climbs. So some sections are actually not even going to be passable with the power on the motor, and even the best technique, you're going to find things that simply aren't going to have enough grip, or you're going to find stuff on such things as this when you're climbing a lot, but the elevation once again goes up even steeper, meaning if I was to climb this, I'm probably going to loop out and lose control of the bike. So it's time to get off the bike and engage that walk button on the bike. Now, a lot of motors have these, just finding it on the menu and then learning how to walk your bike using the walk assist button. That way you're going to take the weight of the bike away, and once again walking up that section is going to be the safest way and the easiest way to conquer the trail. So get that walk button deployed and get pushing. Your actual walk mode is going to be situated below probably eco on most systems, so you need to cycle through the menu below eco, then you should see a walk function come up. Then all you need to do is select the walk button, hold the button down. You don't just press it and it goes along, you need to hold the button down the whole time the walk button is in action. Now, some systems might have a shoe or a walk button on the front of there, like the Specialized, so you need again to hold that button down for the walk button to work. Then there's a few tips to get the most out of your walk button. First up, I suggest that you actually use your walk button, get that, and change down your cassette to a harder gear. That way the actual walk system and the assist is going to be actually pulling you up the hill. Because sometimes if you're in a easy part of your cassette, the bike is just going to spin low and it's quite hard to actually get any drive from that easier gear. And lastly, a tip you might want to try is to get it on the back wheel and kind of use it like a motorized wheelbarrow. That way you're going to get an easy way to look at the trail ahead. It's easier to push one wheel up the hill than two. So even if the back wheel walk technique isn't going to save you, then it is time to adapt the most hated move in e-biking, and that is the hiker bike. Now, first things first, you've got to obviously turn off the system. Get the pedals in the 12 and 6 o'clock position, get down nice and low, bend your knees, you need to grab the seat tube and the lower of the fork leg, you keep down, back nice and straight, lift it over your shoulder and place it on your shoulder, keeping hold of your fork legs and the seat tube. And then it's time to painstakingly make your way to the top of the hill. This is the best way to the top of the hill if the terrain is super tech and the grip isn't there. It isn't the nicest, but I guarantee you it will get you to the top of any climb. Gonna plonk my bike down at the top of this. Just about to drop in the other side of the valley to some epic downhill trails. So there you go, we've conquered that climb, but we want to know how you guys have conquered the climb. Any techniques and tips you guys have got, drop us them in the comments box below. If you want to stick around and check out another video all about climbing, Steve is the man for climbing. Check out one of his ones down here. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to EMBN by clicking the globe in the middle of the screen. Whilst you're there, smash that notification bell to get a notification every time we upload here on EMBN to make sure you're not missing out. See you in the next one.